Alright guys, time to get started on this Tele project. The neck looks really nice on this body. That looks great. So it fits in the pocket absolutely perfectly. Really nice fit. But these factory drilled holes do not fit. So I've got some maple stock here. I'm going to grind this down on the belt sander to make it fit in these holes because it's just a little bit too big. And then let that dry overnight, sand them flush, drill some new holes, and that'll be done. The other thing I'm going to do is just strip the whole thing. I've got some new parts coming in. I'm going to try to fix this little corner of the pickup, which I talked about in my last video. It got caught on a buffing wheel and flew across the room really far. I'm going to try to pretty that up a little bit, at least flip it over so I'm not looking at it every time I'm playing. Main thing is I want to buff out this body and make it look really nice. And then, you know, slap some new parts on it, set this thing up, and enjoy it for a while until I build a new body, or maybe buy a new body. I think I'm going to go with a Firebird shape. I think that'd be pretty sick. So let's get this, this neck taken care of real quick. Perfect. Oh my God. Okay, so just knocked over the camera. Perfect, got another good one. Want your neck screws to fit through the body easily. You know, if you get just a tiny bit of resistance, that's good, because that means the thing's not wobbling around and you're not going to cross thread anything or anything like that. But you want to be able to pull this through easily. If you have to screw the screw into the wood of the body, that's not good, because then it's gonna get caught up in there before it hits the neck, and you're never going to get your neck seated right. So if you can't do this, drill out your body so the screws can go straight through, no problem. Maybe just a little bit of resistance. One other thing to be mindful of, this finish in the neck pocket sticks up quite a bit, so I'm actually going to use some probably 320 on a hard block. If I can find it, I'm just going to use a piece of wood with some 320 on it. Just plane this real quick and make this nice and flat and even. That'll make for a really nice neck joint and a really good wood-to-wood contact. So this is a roasted maple neck, which means that it's extremely brittle, and when it cracks, it's really bad, and when it breaks, it's really bad. So when I'm drilling the holes for this, I want to make sure that the drill bit is in between the outside diameter of the threads and the main part of the screw on the inside. Normally with a regular maple neck or mahogany or whatever, I'll drill it out to the inside and just ignore the threads as far as the drill bit size, but on this one I want it somewhere in between, just because this stuff splits so bad when you screw it in. I don't want to destroy this neck. So the next thing I'm going to do is stick one of the screws through the body with the plate on the back and measure how far up it sticks. If you're using the same bolts, you'll be fine, but I'm using different screws. I'm using some authentic Fender ones. Looks like we've got 0.81. You can just hold it on here. Okay, that's gonna be safe. That's how far we're gonna drill the holes for the screws. And then we'll take our drill bit, and I already pre-did it, but I put some tape around it. I basically just held the screw on here at the deepest point and went all the way to the end and taped that, and then put that in the chuck and moved it all the way down so that when I'm drilling in, that tape doesn't move back on me. And then all we gotta do is stick the neck in. I like to drill the first hole and then drill the first screw through and make sure everything's perfect. And then while this is still screwed into the body with one bolt, I'll drill the other 3 holes and put the screws in that way. That way everything just lines up perfectly and you're not risking moving the neck around in the pocket while you're drilling out these holes. Before I drill any holes, I just want to set the neck in the pocket and make sure that everything looks good. I don't want to have to do this again. I want to do it once. Everything looks really nice and tight. So we just double check, make sure this thing's in all the way and looks straight. I can kind of look at this side of the body to make sure it looks straight, but otherwise might have to do some adjustments later. So here we go. I got my tape on there and I'm going to stop right when I get to the paint. I go backwards a little bit. I go forward, pull out, clear it, forward, pull out, clear it, forward. Alright, so I got them all drilled out. The next most important thing is to smell it. Roasted maple is like, it's like maple breakfast sausage and bacon and potatoes and just a sultry, delicious breakfast. I love cutting roasted maple and spruce. So good. Alright, let's get these bolts in. So when you're putting these in for the first time, I like to go in a little bit, back it out. Go in a little bit, back it out. Go in a little bit, back it out. You can even put a little paste wax on there or something to really lubricate the threads. Of course, at the factory, they just drill them straight in and they probably don't have any problems, but I like going over the top a little bit. Do the rest by hand. Nice. Check the work. Nice. Yeah, this is looking really good. Check that out. Looks sweet. This is awesome. I'm excited. Can't wait to get the rest of the parts, get this thing the rest of the way together. I think that's going to be the video today. The rest of it's going to be wiring the thing up, getting the new bridge on, all that. I might do a different nut too. I don't like the way this white nut works or looks. I might do like a ebony or something.